just feel like dancing is a necessity as we're starting.
I know. It's that rhythm up, right? Like, hey,
right?
guys. We are live. I think it says that we are live. So therefore we must be live, right? It never fails us.
Absolutely.
We are. I saw we're good. So, hey guys, welcome to today's little masterclass where we are going to go into how to sell on social media without advertising 24/7. So, if you are feeling like you're inauthentic on social media in your posts, you feel like you're spamming people, maybe you're feeling like burnt out because you're posting and your network marketing isn't fun anymore, right? You're just posting and posting and posting and you're burnt out. Maybe you're tired of getting ignored from your audience, making and not even making like that single sell, right? You post and it's crickets and you're like, what is going on? So I am Cassie Billingsley. I am AKA the Systematic Chick, and this is Sarah Lynn. I think I'm pointing in the right direction, Miss Sarah Lynn.
I'm just over here.
Right? Somewhere. If we haven't met before, hey guys, welcome. We are super excited about how to share with you today on how to actually sell on your social media without advertising 24/7. Because did you know you don't have to be on social media 24/7? Shh, it's a secret. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. They're never gonna know.
Right, because we are just geared towards when you get in the industry, you are constantly like, I gotta be on my phone 24/7. I gotta get all these things, and I'm just gonna post, and I'm gonna post some more. And then you're just burnt out. Believe me, we both have been there 100%. We're right there with you. And we're here to tell you do not have to be on social media 24/7.
No, you do not. However, you do need to be strategic.
Yes.
So that way you're not on social media 24/7. Not to mention when you are on social media 24/7, it could be for one of two things. Either one, you're really, really desperate because it's not working for you. Or two, you weren't strategic in how you were building.
Right.
And
there's no intention behind it.
Yeah. Yeah. So what we're going to share with you is exactly how to narrow things down and get a lot more clarity. So that way you don't feel like you're glued to that phone. So the very first thing, I've got to give where credit is due. This particular point is from Bryn Lang. She's an amazing mentor in the space. And there was something that she taught about a few weeks ago where I was like, that is brilliant. And that is where she said, your social media attention is your currency. Now you might be like scratching your head and be like, what the heck does that mean?
I know I did when Sarah Lynn told me. I was like, your currency, what?
Uh-huh. Now it's your currency. That's, that's the money. It's what makes your money. And so when she had said this and she goes into it just like how I'm about to, it made a lot of sense regarding the type of content that you're putting out there. So let me ask you something. If you are only posting, or if you're only posting to sell, I'm going to say that you're doing it wrong. That wasn't really a question. That was more of a statement. All right. So if you create a bunch of posts daily, you do reels, you do stories, and all you're doing is selling, you are doing it wrong. All right. In fact, now I want to ask you something. Are you being selfish with your content? Especially if all you're doing is posting to sell. So what I mean by that, if you're being selfish, are you only posting about your product? Are you only posting about your team's wins or your company's opportunity? Are you only posting about your family? All right. If so, you're selfish. All right. No, you might be like, what? You might be taking some offense to that. All right. Just give me a second. Because for a while there, I used to do that too, where I would only post about my products, my team wins, my opportunity, how great it was, and my family. But the thing is, that sort of content is not valuable to your audience. Nobody cares. The only people who care are you and those within your team already. And so if you're only getting any sort of attention from your team that's above you, sidelines, down below you, or a bunch of crickets, then you might be selfish with your content. So what you need to do is actually create content that is valuable to your audience, not to you. And here's the thing, it's not going, when you create value, that doesn't mean that you're just going to only post about curiosity posts, or only educating about your product, or only educating somebody as to why they should be in a side gig. They don't care. Your audience will not care. Not to mention that's not duplicatable for your team. I have seen it time and time again. I could go on a little rant here, but where you see people will join a company and it's the same thing. There's so much excitement. There's all this launch and they're only talking about the rank investments, how great the product is, all the sales. And there's just so much hype and push. The thing is, when their audience or people who join them, they get zero results. Why? Because the new people, the little fish, do not have the same audience as these bigger fish. Mm-hmm. And the little fish want to duplicate what the bigger fish are doing. They want to copy it. And so that becomes a problem because, like I said, what the bigger fish is not, what they're doing is not considered to be valuable. They've done a lot of networking. They've already done a bunch of branding and they have a very specific type of post. So what you need to do if you're struggling, maybe you're that little fish, or maybe you see that your team is struggling, is you need to make a shift and you need to post where you're creating content, where you're focusing on connecting with your audience and building up a community. So if all you're doing is making posts about your product and your latest sale, then you need to shift that and create content around something where you can educate them on. You want to create stuff that can encourage, that can inspire your audience. You want to create content that can help them laugh, that they feel relatable to, where they feel seen, they feel heard. All right. Your content should be what's in it for them, not what's in it for you. And when you make it about that sale, it becomes about you. Right. I'm not saying that you don't make sales posts. I'm not saying that at all. In fact, yes, you should. Maybe, but tone it down to doing it 1 to 4 times a month, depending on how often you post. I'm just saying. But the other type of content needs to feed the what's in it for them factor. Yeah. And you do that by educating, inspiring, making them laugh, and making them feel seen and heard. All right. Super, super important on how you show up. When you do that, your social media attention is going to grow because they're no longer going to feel like you're just selling to them, but instead you're going to be a person of authority within that space. And therefore your currency is going to go up.
Yes. I love that. I love that she had shared that and that we were able to share it with you guys because it's super important because that brings us into our second topic here. And that's branding around what you're passionate about and not your company or product. Okay. So branding yourself around something that not only feeds that like what's in it for them kind of factor, but around what you're passionate around. Mm-hmm. So if you don't know, we are huge advocates and it's like a news flash, right? That it is not your company or product. Your brand is not your company or product. That's theirs. That's their brand, not yours. Okay. And we say this with love, guys, because we both have been there. We both have done these mistakes. And looking back, we kind of cringe at our own selves. So we're like, oh gosh, dang, mm-hmm. And it wasn't that too long ago. I promise you. So, Sarah Lynn and I were kind of talking and we've had a conversation with our team member who was just kind of feeling lost on her posting plan, right? She felt unsure about call to actions. She's with multiple companies. She's doing a few different things in her life. And so she just was unclear about her call to action. And she had a posting plan where she was just having a call to action on each company, right? Each thing that she was a part of. And so we asked her, like, if you put all those offers to the side, what's one thing that you can talk about like for hours and passionately to a very specific group of people, right? And she said mindset. Like she loves mindset. She gets excited when she talks about mindset, the shift that happens. And so we talked about like creating various content around that mindset because that's something that is who she is. That's her brand. So we talked about like posts that people can relate to regarding mindset, education post on how to elevate your mindset, engaging questions, right? Because we want to engage with our audience. That drives that connection and the people to you. And then you talk about offers, right? Not every post has to have an offer, guys. Okay, it needs to be networking, building that community, right? Not just offer. So when you start to build that following and you build that authority in that space, like hers will be that mindset space, people who are looking to grow their mindset, people who are looking to maybe take a beat because they're anxious or they're stressed and, you know, those kind of things. That's where you create like other post types. You get their testimonies. You give them direct call to action and make sure that the offer is relevant to your audience who's looking for support in that mind space. So when you, because I want to give you like an example here, when you brand yourself as your company, as that one product and how great the opportunity is, you become that girl, right? We all know it. I know you're thinking of some social media posts that you've seen that you're like, oh, that Modere girl, right? They always have the bottle and the spoon. The doTERRA girl or the essential oil girls where they're holding up their essential oils. Sarah Lynn used to be an essential oil girl.
I've got so many pictures of me like this.
Yeah. You know, and that's okay. I am super guilty of it. When I joined my last company over a year and a half, 2 years ago, I have ended up leaving them since then, but I was doing what they were doing. They said, hey, you need to hold up your product and you need to take a picture with it. Oh, I did all kinds of things with my little snap pack there. I mean, I'm sure you guys have all seen it. Like it was constantly product related. So we're with you. Okay. We know we've done it. And like I said, more recently than what I would like when I was looking at my social media, I was like, oh, I was that girl. Because the problem is when you shift to the next company, because you got to understand, you're not going to be with the same company for one company and done. It's very, very rare that that happens. Most of the time, you will be in between 6 or 7 different companies and different products. I have been in the industry since 2009, and I have been in 10 companies. What happens when you brand yourself as that company, you're now, when you make that shift into a new company, your brand was that snap pack, right? That was my brand. And now I'm having to rebuild everything again, regain new followers, regain new people. And I am doing the work again. So get off the hamster wheel of branding yourself as your company and brand yourself as you and what you're passionate about, because no matter what company you join, they're following you for you, not the product.
Gosh, so good. I feel like this is a total mic drop moment, honestly.
But I'm not really
drop. Yeah, I'm not going to drop my mic either. It's a pricey one. but it is a mic drop. Because I was right there with you, Cassie, and I know so many other network marketers are as well. And here's the thing. There's a term, you guys, we study it, we practice it, we teach it, attraction marketing. All right. It could be considered as a buzzword too now. But the thing is that a lot of people think that you're doing attraction marketing when you're not. Because dropping curiosity post and talking about your product over and over again, holding your product in more than 20% of your posts, it should be even less than that. That's spammy. That's not attraction marketing. Attraction marketing is where you become a person of value to your audience. You are solving things for them. And you can't do that if you're only pushing product. All right. So, Anne, you had dropped something in here. All right. For me, it's a stay-at-home mom and mom with special needs and wellness, mentally and physically. So I'm going to ask you something and I'm going to challenge you something because you shared this and I so appreciate you. By the way, it shared your name. I just noticed that. StreamYard likes you now. But right here is that what content are you providing that where you're not even talking about your product or your opportunity that can attract stay-at-home moms and moms with special needs? What content are you putting out there? Because that content needs to be far more often. And this goes for everyone, and it's been a reminder for myself. Okay. You got to become that person of value first. Yes. You've got to build up that know, like, and trust. Okay. Because that's really, really important, because this is going to go right into my third point.
Well, and I want to shout out because we do have a Facebook user, but I stalked Facebook and it's Mallory. So, hey, Mallory, thanks for hopping on with us.
Thank you, my friend. And thank you for catching that. And I'm just putting it out there. I'm not picking on you. Okay. Because this is something that's been a big wake up call for myself. And I have invested too much money to learn this lesson. If anything that you guys get from this, you guys get to prevent yourselves from making that an enormous investment that both Cassie and I have made. And even then, we still got caught up in that culture of branding as the company. All right. So don't become that blank girl. Don't become that company girl, that doTERRA, that Modera, that whatever company that you're in. Don't become that girl. Stop reinventing the wheel, like Cassie said. Which was brilliant, by the way, but instead become the mindset girl. Become the girl, the stay-at-home mom with special needs girl or mom, whatever works. If you love sharing about network marketing like Cassie and I do, for me, I love teaching about branding and strategies. Cassie's all about systems. Like, that's what I want to be known for. I'm a part of a network marketing company, but you better believe I'm not about to brand myself as that company anymore. I'm done reinventing that wheel. So enough on that little tangent. I want to go into our next point.
Yes.
All right. And this is where you want to be intentional with building up relationships. All right. And this is going to be even more important to brand around what you're passionate about, because it's really hard if all you're doing is selling. It's really hard to build an authentic relationship with your prospects because they immediately will think, you're just trying to sell me something. I'm not going to lie. If we go on your profile and all we see are these posts about your product and all we see is you holding something with your product, immediately I'm going to think, you're trying to sell me something. And yeah, in some cases that can work. I'm not going to lie. It can. However, once you move to the next company, you are then reinventing that wheel. Okay. So by branding yourself as something authentic and genuine to you, something that you're passionate about, it's going to be even easier to intentionally build up relationships. So I'm curious. I want to ask you a question. Who here, drop a number 1 in the chat if you have ever done this, where you've spent 5, 10, 15, or heck, even an hour making and curating the perfect post or reel. Yep, same. You pick out the perfect image and you hit post on social media, and then you, please God,
This is going to be the one. I know this is going to be the one.
Yes, this is gonna be it. This post is going to bring me all of the leads, 300 leads, 20 new sales. I'm gonna rank advance, and I'm gonna even attract a big dog in the industry that's going to dominate one of my legs. Who here's done that? I have. A lot of us have. It is very natural. But here's the thing: who here has done that? And then the response that you gain are from people that are already in your company, in your existing team, or you just get crickets.
Yeah, crickets.
Yeah. And every time you do this, you get nothing. No one takes the bite. Nobody gets hooked on. And that's because what you are doing, you are posting and praying. You are praying that it's going to work for you, that this is going to bring in the people that you need to bring into your team. And here's the thing: you cannot build a successful network marketing business on posting and praying alone. What? I thought that's what attraction marketing was all about. Actually, I really did. One of the reasons why I spent money on that. It's a hard pill to swallow. I know for Cassie as well, it was a hard pill for us to swallow because on how much in depth we have learned about attraction marketing. But the thing is, attraction marketing is different from network marketing. You are networking. You're not just selling. So,
and you're not just attracting.
Exactly. Not just attracting. So instead, what I'm going to challenge you guys, if this has been you, I want you to look at your post and I want you to ask yourself, is it serving my audience? Is this post actually providing them value, or is this serving me? Am I only selling in all my posts? Like I said, maybe 1 to 4 of your posts, your in-feed posts and your reels, like you shouldn't be selling that often. If you look at some of the greats, Bryn Lang, John and Nadia Melton, Marina Simone, they're all in one company, but they do a really, really good job at it. I'm not going to lie. If you look at them, they're 7-figure earners. And here's the thing, they rarely talk about their company or product. You'll see it in their stories. Stories are a different story. Haha. But the point is that they're really, really good at connecting with your audience and serving their audience. All right. Just like we talked about before in this workshop, you're not just posting about your product details and how, it makes you feel and all that stuff. But instead, you're going to be talking about other subjects where you can connect with your audience. Cassie went through a list of it where maybe you're educating them. Maybe, for Anne, you've got stay-at-home moms and moms that have kids with special needs. Anne, what are some funny yet relatable things that you go through as a stay-at-home mom? Like, I don't know, for some reason this is coming to my mind. I know, Cassie, you're at game after game after game with your boys. Okay. Have you guys ever seen the commercial where there's or a video where there is something sticking to a mom's shoulder? I think it's a sucker or something. It's something small and related to.
I can't hear you. I don't know. Can you guys hear me, or can you hear Sarah Lynn? Drop it in the comments. If we're still live. I don't even know if we're still live. Oh, so Mallory can hear me. Can't hear Sarah Lynn. So we're still live. That's a good thing. Okay, so StreamYard doesn't like Sarah Lynn today and kicked her off and said, no, you can't talk anymore. But just remember, we'll wrap it up because we've been on here for quite some time too. But obviously, you can tell that we are very passionate about it. And we're going to have Sarah Lynn drop her sucker story into the comments so we can know how that ends. But, make it relatable, make it funny. I know both you guys are, Mallory and Anne, are in that mental wellness and natural and that kind of stuff, healing. You guys find things that make it funny, make your audience laugh, really connect with them, and build that like, know, and trust. We say that often because it is true. People who like, know, and trust you, who follow you because you're being you, right? You're being that human first, and not your company or those. Don't be afraid to reach out to people, to be your authentic self. Okay. Show up as you, brand you, and be relatable to your audience. Know what your audience is looking for and how you can help them with educating them, engaging with them, and bringing entertainment. Okay. So today we want to just talk about, we want to know, and we want you to drop it in the comments, how many people are you going to intentionally build a relationship with? Drop that number below in the comments. How many people this week are you going to connect with and intentionally build a relationship with? So drop them in the comments. And we love you guys. And Sarah Lynn, maybe next time. Thank you guys for hopping on with us. We hope you got value. Put #value, and we will talk soon, my friends.